Hello, my name is Jeff Snyder. I'm 31 years old from Seekonk, Massachusetts, and I am an autism and disability self-advocate. I come here today on behalf of Janet McTardigan, who asked me to talk about inflexibility. Inflexibility among people with autism is very, very common. As someone with autism, I crave routines. When I was growing up, and to an extent, even as an adult. When I first became noticed with inflexibility, I was blind. I didn't even realize I was being inflexible, but I was. When I first began working, searching for a job, I struggled with changing my routines. I was told repeatedly by my job advisor over and over and over again that I needed to learn to be flexible. I didn't want to be flexible, but I had to. Because in order to be successful in life, you need to adapt. You need to make changes. And for myself, I had to learn the hard way that being inflexible will get you nowhere. You will just struggle. And you have to remember also that it's okay to struggle and to be inflexible. Because if you get an understanding of what you're doing, if you're being inflexible, it'll make you a better person. And I think the best way to help someone prepare to be flexible is to start when they're young. Start teaching them ways that if you're going to achieve something that you want to do, you're going to have to make sacrifices. People with autism struggle with changes. I know. I too struggle with changes. And the only way to reduce that also is timing. If you want your child or student to learn how to change their routines, do it early. One of the biggest weaknesses that I went through was that everything. Getting a job, going through various other changes. A good example is getting my bedroom redone after high school because I wasn't prepared. The important thing is to start when you're young, when your child is young. At a certain age, start teaching them, because if you start teaching your child to be flexible when they're young, when they become an adult, they'll get an understanding for it. And it's not just because when your child or student gets that diploma, the life as they know it is going to be over. When they get that diploma, they're going to have to A, learn how to become an adult. B, they're going to take up a lot more responsibility. And C, they're going to realize that the world that they have come to know since their childhood is going to change. I believe that as someone who is an autism and disability self-advocate, that being flexible is probably one of the most beneficiary things you'll ever come across. I ask you, as an autism and disability self-advocate, to really think about what you want for your child and what or student and what the child or student wants for themselves. But again, we all have to make sacrifices. But sometimes the sacrifices we make are for the best. I went through the hard way. When I went through it the hard way, I overcame a lot of obstacles, and let me tell you, I wouldn't be who I am today had I not made those sacrifices. If you have any questions, please reach me at twilightsparkle3562@gmail.com. I'm also on Facebook. I run a Facebook group called Jeff Snyder Disability Self-Advocacy. I have a page on Facebook called Jeff Snyder Disability Self-Advocate. I'm also on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you for your time. And now I will turn things back over